Most of us don't realize it, but the hardest thing to control in life is not money, time, or success. It's our own mind. One moment you're calm, and the next moment your thoughts pull you into the past or throw you into an imaginary future. You remember mistakes you wish you could erase, conversations you should have handled better, or worries that haven't even happened yet. Your body may be resting, but your mind keeps running. If this feels familiar, you're not alone. This story is for you. Once upon a time, in a small village surrounded by mountains, there lived a young man named Marco. He was only 24 years old, yet his mind felt older than his body. From the outside, Marco looked normal. He worked, talked, and lived like everyone else, but inside his head, it was never quiet. Thoughts moved like a storm. He worried about his future, felt regret about his past, and questioned himself constantly. At night, when the world slept, his mind stayed awake. Slowly, he forgot how to smile, how to relax, and how to simply be present. One day, Marco heard travelers talking about a distant village in the hills. They spoke of a wise old man who lived there, a man who once worked as a psychologist in the city. He had helped many people overcome stress, fear, and anxiety. But instead of fame, he chose silence. Instead of noise, he chose nature. Marco felt something he hadn't felt in a long time: hope. He thought, maybe this man knows something I don't. Maybe he can help me find peace. After a long and tiring journey, Marco reached the village. It was quiet, simple, and calm. He found a small house covered in greenery. On the porch sat the old man, eyes closed, breathing slowly, completely at ease. Marco approached him respectfully and said, "My mind never rests. I can't stop thinking, and it's exhausting. I want peace. Can you help me?" The old man opened his eyes and smiled gently. He didn't rush. He didn't judge. He simply said, "Come with me. I'll give you a small task." The old man took Marco to the yard and filled the glass with water all the way to the top. The water was so full that even a small shake could make it spill. He handed the glass to Marco and said, "Walk to the edge of the village and come back, but do not spill even one drop of water." Marco was confused, but he trusted the old man. He carefully held the glass and began to walk. When Marco returned, the glass was still full. Not a single drop had spilled. The old man smiled and asked him, "Did you notice the children playing? Did you hear the dogs barking?" Marco shook his head. "No," he said, "I was only focused on the glass." The old man nodded and said softly, "That is the secret. Your mind became calm not because the world was quiet, but because you were present." In that moment, Marco understood something powerful. Peace was never missing from his life. His attention was. When the mind focuses fully on one thing, there is no space left for fear, regret, or unnecessary thoughts. Most of our stress comes not from reality, but from where our mind keeps traveling. The past creates sadness. The future creates anxiety. The present creates peace. Modern psychology supports this idea. When attention is scattered, stress increases. When attention is focused, the nervous system calms down. That's why simple activities like walking, breathing, or focusing on one task can feel so grounding. You don't need to escape life to find peace. You need to enter it more fully. Marco stayed in the village for a short time, learning simple habits from the old man. He learned to slow down, to notice his breath, to give full attention to small moments. When he returned home, his life didn't magically become perfect. Problems still existed. Responsibilities didn't disappear. But something inside him had changed. His mind no longer controlled him. He had learned how to return to the present whenever thoughts became overwhelming. If this story made you pause, reflect, or feel a little calmer, share it with someone who might be overthinking right now. Subscribe to The Wordy Tales for more stories that gently remind us how powerful the present moment really is. Peace is not far away. It has always been here, waiting for your attention.